documented evidence, please?
It's the DNA profiling report from the suspect. This is sample 1. The blood from the victim was taken from the scene of the crime. Sample 2 was the blood-stained shirt found in the dustbin of Mr. A. Gifford's residence. Sample 3 was a briefcase that was found in the residence of Mr. A. Gifford, who was the sole resident. This is the hair that was found in the briefcase of Mr. Gifford's possession. Right, so here you have the DNA profile of the 4 samples. So sample 1, 2, 3 and 4. And from sample 1 was the blood sample taken from Mr. scene of crime, which...
Oh, I do that.
So you had satellites 12, 18, 16, 20 and 23, which corresponds to sample 4, which was the hair that was found in the briefcase which was wrapped around the cocaine. The cheek sample from Mr. A. Gifford, which is the prime suspect, is 15, has satellites 15, 14, 16, 24 and 25. Now, if you look at sample 2, which is where the blood-stained shirt, it actually has a mixture of samples 1 and 2 corresponding to the satellites. We have 12, 15, 18, 14, 16, 23, 20, 24 and 25, which is a mixture of sample 1 and sample 2, which is samples from Mr. A. Gifford and the actual victim, which shows that he must have been in contact with the suspect at the time of death.
Or when he was bleeding.
Yes, okay.
Sample 1 was the victim's blood. Sample 2 shows us that the crime suspect and the victim must have been in contact at some point when the victim was bleeding. Sample 3 was the cheek cell from Mr. Gifford. And sample 4 was the strand of hair, which was an exact match to the victim's blood. So it shows that it was his.
So we also believe this is a drug-related crime. Thank you very much.
Now all the evidence is presented, I think we can have a firm conclusion to this. Basically the overall verdict from me is it's a homicide, drugs related, and I think the victim was definitely related to Mr. Anthony Gifford.
Related?
Because I think they could be given a link between them because of the drugs, and there was definitely a sufficient evidence to prove that the suspect was in the victim's proximity, close proximity, because he had a DNA on his shirt. He had the victim's fingerprints and hair in his briefcase, and I think there's sufficient evidence to detain him. Yeah, to detain him, and also to prove that it was drugs related. The suspect has been in previous detainment because of drugs related incidents. I believe that the victim was stabbed in the spleen because of the puncture, and
you've been told so by the pathologist.
There you go. And has sufficient evidence to prosecute this guy.
Yeah.
And I think his recommended punishment we're going to put him is put him in a jail with Hannibal Lecter.
For life, imprisonment.
Basically. You can prove that he was there.
There you go, that wraps up the
You can place him at the scene of the crime. You can also place that Mr. A. Gifford and the victim had contact with drugs and were interrelated with the drugs. Hence the hair in the briefcase and the fingerprint
and the cocaine in the victim's body.
I said that 20 minutes ago, but...
Yeah,
and I think we can prove that it was drugs related because of the huge amount of money which had the victim and the suspect's DNA and evidence on it. So
the motive was drugs.
Yes.
The motive was drugs.
And I believe the victim owed the suspect money.
If only the why was as easy as the how.
I think that there's definitely been a homicide here. Definitely.
Homicide.
Homicide. Death of the gay.
Homicide.
Homo.
I can say homo, but I want to say homo.
You like a bit of the homo, don't you, Arun?
Yes.
That could be on an outtake.
Yeah.
Go on.
Say it after. Say it after.
It's the epitome of...
I'll do this. go. You got that. Okay. No. Okay.
Let's all look away from that.
Sorry.
Let's all look away. Turn away.
Are you recording though? He's not. Why would I do
Not
that
looking
now?
after.
We're not looking. We're all
Go on.
eyes closed, pocket roll on you, eyes down, Mara.
What? I don't get it. I was looking at me.
Eyes down, Missy.
Okay, so what we're doing?
I'll be able to do a separate video of you sitting there for 5 minutes going, I will, no I won't, I will, I won't.
Yes, because I do that.
After, just say it after. Just say it.
If only the why was as easy as the how.
There you go, how easy is that?
There you go. All that. Yay!
There's sufficient evidence to detain him, and also there's definitely sufficient evidence to prove that, and sufficient evidence to prosecute this guy.
Oh.